Let's find out who's the T102sportsnow.com Fanelli, Evans, and Patel Athlete of the Week. This student-athlete showed their mettle in competition and put up incredible numbers, just like Fanelli, Evans, and Patel.
When you've been injured by someone else's carelessness, you're dealing with one of the worst times in your life. You want a trusted friend and neighbor you can count on. And that's what sets us apart at Fanelli, Evans, and Patel.
Back with another Fanelli, Evans, and Patel, T102sportsnow.com Athlete of the Week. This week's honor going to Blue Mountain sophomore swimmer Porter Sarnes. Porter, thanks for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, congrats on Athlete of the Week. Big weekend for you at States. You win 3 medals. You shatter the school record in the 500 free. Putting on big time, representing not only Blue Mountain, but the Schuylkill League in general. I wanted to start off, just kind of take us through your weekend at State, start to finish, maybe a little bit about how you were feeling going into the meet based on how your season went, and then when it was all said and done, what was your reaction to all the success?
I mean, start of it, everyone was telling me just relax, like have fun, because I was being so quiet. I was nervous. Leading up to this, I kind of wasn't just feeling good. Then we head into day one. I was feeling good, so that was awesome. Go right to 2 free. It was great racing everybody. That was fun. The relay was great. I love all the dudes on that team. It's just awesome. I love everyone on the team. Finals, I was close to B kind of. I'm just happy I made it to finals. I'm glad we medaled in the 2 free relay. Day 2 was awesome. That was obviously my best day of this whole weekend for States. Prelims, I was feeling ready. I was pumped up. I was not nervous anymore. I was just happy to be there and having my team support. Hop in, do what I usually do. Look at the time, see I broke the school record. I was already just having me in such a great mood that day, and was just so excited for finals, which I'm just so happy I made A finals, to be honest.
Right.
For free. It's just there was a lot on this relay. I was really just doing this for our captain Gabe. I wanted him to get one last state medal. Everyone on that team wanted it. So just happy we got A for that. And then finals I was shocked about that. I was ready. It was a crazy race, if you ask me. Nate Dorsch, he's an awesome person to race against. I was pacing off him the whole time, just trying to get him. I also saw the team cheering me on. That really pushed me a lot harder. Then somehow ended up in 4th and shattered the record even more, which brought me pure joy.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talk about that 500 free, breaking the school record in prelims, and then you actually go 4 seconds faster in the finals. You end up 4th. You kind of mentioned a little bit of it there, but what do you think was working so well for you towards the end there?
It was just the competition, the race feeling, just trying to get someone and just pushing yourself even harder.
Yeah, and you mentioned the relay being one of your favorite races because you love your teammates on there. As far as your favorite race, has that become the 500 free, or is that still something else?
It's the 5. I love it. It's just I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if I like the endurance battle of it, anything can happen during that race. It's not, if you're in front, you can stay in front. It's a whole battle through the entire race.
Yeah, I know you mentioned before being a little quiet heading into States, being a little nervous. As one of the younger kids on the team, still just a sophomore, what's that pressure like, kind of experiencing that on a big stage, and how did you kind of turn it around, lock in mentally, and say, like, all right, I got to be myself here?
I mean, yeah, why I was just focusing up. It was just the pressure was weighing on me, I guess. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling good before it, so I'm just thinking, man, I just want to have one good states right now. And yeah. And then my team, everyone's like, "What's wrong, Brad? You'll do fine." Just like trying to cheer me up, and it worked. And I
Yeah.
just really have to thank them for that, just being there for
Yeah.
me.
Absolutely, especially on a big stage like that. And it probably doesn't hurt either when you have your dad in your corner, the entire time, not just as a fan in the stands there, but as your coach. What's it like getting to accomplish all this with him, right there front and center, coaching you through everything, getting to witness all this with you, going through the adversity, just being there with you?
I mean, I'm a huge fan of that. I mean, he is not only just like now a proud father, but also proud coach of this accomplishment, and just him being there for all this race I have done. And he could at least also be proud of like I coached him to this. So
Yeah. And sticking with that family theme, we know your big sisters were also state qualifiers as well. What have you learned from them over the years, and then what was kind of their reaction to seeing you pull this off?
I mean, I just learned from them. I mean, they also was like they tried to stay calm in this situation, take it easy, just be just happy you're there, enjoy
Yeah.
it. I mean, I just their reaction was great. I They were just proud of me, and I can't ask for much more.
Yeah, and getting into your background as an athlete a little here, do you play any other sports or just swimming?
I do boxing on the side.
Okay, all right, that's an interesting one. So what is the kind of crossover there? Does boxing make you a better swimmer? Does swimming make you a better boxer? What is the kind of trade off in training? And then, what is it about boxing that you love?
I mean, the trade-off is I mean, obviously we have to run. That's just a
Mm,
big part of almost everything.
right.
Uh, I I really just did it because I like the sport. I thought it's a fun sport. Just did it for just fun, and
Yeah.
to see it. The it's just I like it's just building strength, I guess. It overall it just kind of builds the strength of everything. Like
Yeah.
if you throw punches at a bag for a while, your arms are going to get sore and hurt. And then that really just goes with swimming too. If you just keep pulling
Mm.
and pulling and pulling, your arms are going to get sore. So, if I just train in both sports, then it could at least build some endurance for when I would do at the five. Because if you notice, I don't kick as much. So this at least really works my upper body more.
Yeah, I never thought of the crossover there, but that's a good point that you make that, boxing might actually help you there, become a better swimmer, give you better strength, give you better endurance and all that. And in a family like yours, I assume, swimming was always the big deal. What age did you start in the pool? And then what are some of your first memories of like falling in love with swimming and knowing that you were going to do it for the rest of your life?
Oh man, I probably started when I was like five, probably around five. I've been doing this forever. Earliest memory though, probably man, I don't know. I feel like I always just liked the sport, I don't
Mhm.
really there was nothing like any good point in time where I'm like, this is my favorite. It's just like always has been my favorite sport.
It's all you know. It's in your blood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we talked about, a lot of your present accomplishments. Again, here with Porter Sarnes, our athlete of the week, places fourth in the entire state in 500 free, 3 medals, got a couple relay medals there as well. Just a big show at Bucknell to put on, and, especially when he was seated a little lower in the prelims and then, outperformed expectations. I want to know kind of, aside from your present accomplishments and getting into your background there, uh, kind of gearing towards the future here. You're just a sophomore. Have you kind of thought about what kind of momentum this type of performance in states will give you heading into junior year? And then it's kind of like now you're on the radar, right? You might have came in as an underdog. You're a sophomore. You're kind of flying under the radar. You perform in states like this. Now it's like you got to raise the bar even higher. Have you thought about like what kind of momentum and what this means like for the rest of your career potentially?
Yeah, I've thought about that. It's kind of interesting, fun. It is stressful though, because like I'm one day gonna have to choose where am I gonna go, what am I
Yeah.
gonna do and pursue in
Yeah.
life. And it is crazy, and it does kind of make me happy that I am kind of reaching like a higher goal, and this is really putting me somewhere in like good place. So
Yeah, I'm sure you feel like this is the highest level that you've ever swam at, and it can only go up from here. And you see a lot of young kids around the Schuylkill League really succeeding at an early age. What do you think is the biggest thing? Do you think it's starting at 5? Do you think it's being from a swimming family? Do you think it's swimming for Blue Mountain, who's such a prestigious program, having the historic pool there? We talk about the record that you broke, which I think stood for about 7 years, back to 2019. But I mean, you look at some of the names in Blue Mountain swimming, and it's just incredible. What do you think is like a couple of the biggest contributing factors to being like, okay, here I am sophomore year and I'm already seeing this level of success?
I do think, of course, you could start early, and that means you get more training. But I sometimes just don't think that's the case. Like you could probably just start in like middle school, 8th grade, and you
Right.
could still be at a high level, of course. I do feel like it could depend on the coach or anyone, because some coaches could make you just do maximum of 2,000 yards, but
Sure.
Blue Mountain, you'll do, close to 6,000, maybe 7,000. You never know.
Absolutely.
I feel like, yeah, I feel like those are some big key things of reaching some places.
Yeah, and a big tradition of winning there at Blue Mountain Swimming specifically. Just been great performances over the years, and now you're the next name coming up on everybody's radar to represent the Schuylkill League and represent Blue Mountain. Heck of a performance in states. Want to have a little bit of fun with Porter before we get out of here. We'll do some this or that Schuylkill County edition. We're going to start you off, trucks or Jeeps?
I'm gonna have to go trucks.
Okay. Bonfires or block parties?
I like the outdoors. I'm gonna have to go bonfires.
Okay. Hunting or fishing, since you like the outdoors?
Ooh, I don't like the idea of grabbing a gun and shooting something. So I'm gonna have to go fishing. It's very peaceful.
Of course you go with the water. Whatever gets him back on the water is ultimately going to be it. And then you want to grab a slice of pizza. You going Russo's or Valenti's?
Probably Valenti's.
Okay. That is Porter Sarnes, our T102SportsNow.com Athlete of the Week, presented by Fanelli, Evans, and Patel. Porter, great to watch. I know Leroy was there covering the whole thing at Bucknell like he does every year. And, when we were having the conversation about this, he told me, he's like, it was an upset. He was the underdog coming in, seeded 9th, I believe, and finishing 4th, breaking your own record, and then obviously getting to experience that with your teammates as well in the relays, coming home with 3 medals. Just a phenomenal performance at the highest level that you can do it. Congratulations on all of your success, and we're looking forward to covering the rest of your career here as you get to be an upperclassman.
Thank you.
Check us out next Wednesday for another T102SportsNow.com Fanelli, Evans, and Patel Athlete of the Week. At Fanelli, Evans, and Patel, get the best when faced with the worst.